Hello survivors and welcome to another video. So I'm going to make a quick video on the roadmaps, very quick, for the Road Warrior event. There is still a little confusion. I'm seeing people unsure if they're going to be able to complete the event, and they don't think that because they can't do Road Rage they're not going to be able to do it. It doesn't work like that. I'm going to start with cruising first. It resets 3 times a day, obviously every 8 hours. This you should be doing every time it resets, just to getting these steering wheels. It's the only way you can get the steering wheels is from completing cruising. You do get a little bit of tires every time you complete this, and over the course of a day it's like 100 to 120 in total, so nothing spectacular, but it is going to be a little boost, maybe a bit more than 120, but it's just a little boost. Over the course of the entire event you're looking at a maximum of like 1.5 to 2,000, so again, just a little bit of a boost, but that isn't going to be the main source of your tires. It is the only source of the steering wheels other than the shop, pretty much. The other roadmaps are horsepower and road rage. These reset every 24 hours, and it requires a key to unlock these, obviously. And a lot of people think because they can't do road rage and they can only do horsepower because their roster isn't as strong, they're not going to be able to get, the rewards, i.e. Sandy and Bruce. It doesn't matter whether you do road rage, as you can see here, or whether you do horsepower, as you can see here. The return on the amount of investment that you put in terms of the batteries is exactly the same as what you get back in terms of tires. So here you can see this energy costs 3 batteries, the return is 3 tires. 8, 8, 17, 17, 28, 28. It's like that for every single act of horsepower. As you can see, every single act has got the same return on investment, and then with road rage it's exactly the same. Exactly the same. You put in 461 energy and you get 461 back. The only difference is the completion reward, and it basically is a gold mod, is the main difference in terms of completing the second act of road rage. Now the other difference is, of course, you have to do less amount of stages to actually get a higher amount of reward. It's going to cost you a lot more energy to consistently be able to do these stages, but you're going to be able to, obviously if you've got a strong roster, you're going to be able to get through that, not too much of a problem. Now I don't think, even if you use every single one of the batteries that you get back off of milestone rewards, that you're going to have enough tires to actually get Sandy or get Bruce. You're still going to have to raid. There is obviously going to be a raid tournament during this, so during that tournament I would 100% be dropping cans. You want to be using your natural energy in the meantime as well. It can be very difficult, obviously, especially during wartime, because everyone's got their top level defenses out. But you want to be, hitting as much as you can in terms of getting, the tires from raids, basically. And that's pretty much the basic look at the event. In terms of if you want to complete Act 2 on the Road Rage, Stage 1 has fast and strong characters. Stage 2 has fast and tough characters, and Stage 3 has fast and strong characters. Obviously it gets harder and harder. The first stage, the only revive in there is an active revive in Violet, but the shields are fairly easy to take down because Koa in there doesn't have a weapon. He doesn't have any defense boost because of this. There's no mods, so you can pretty much plow through it. If you take a strong team in against this and you have stun on attack weapons, you're going to be able to get through it pretty easily. Same can be said for Stage 2. Obviously it's a bit harder because there are a couple of characters in there with attached weapons. You've got Lydia, you've got Glenn, I think there's Harper in there as well. But again, Magna has not got an attached weapon, no mods, so you can just absolutely destroy her. The last one is the hardest because I believe every single character has an attached weapon, but there's no weapon that is really like super dangerous, just more annoying. And again, if you just take people who control the stages and do quite a lot of damage, you want to be flexing towards damage with your team and maybe have a revive or support character in terms of buffing you. I always say SRZ, especially if you're taking strong characters in there. He's always good because he's just going to give everyone 60% attack and 60% defense and just tick over the HP. But if you want to take a revive, I have done the same in the past. I'll unlock the roadmap and you can sort of see which team I've been taking in, and it's just this team here. I don't take a decap in because there's only one revive on each stage, and I haven't had too much of a problem. In terms of the faction teammates that I've been using Mirabelle here, I've been using Alice. Alice is amazing. If you have a faction mate who has Alice, she is just perfect for this. And who else was I using? I might have used Rick as well. I'm not really sure. It doesn't really matter too much on the first stage. I'll just use Rick for the first one. That's my brother's character. And we'll go in. Now with the first stage, this is the only real danger, is Violet. You obviously just want to take Violet out. And in the meantime, you just want to try and stun this character here if you can. And again, instantly. HP on this character is high, obviously. All these have got boosted stats. But it's actually not too bad. It kind of looks like how it is in War. You can just go around trying to stun other characters if you want to, just to make it so you can just slow down the AP gain. And once you've taken out the first character, the rest should just fall into place, because it's turn 4 when Violet gets her rush or her active to revive, and at this point you're going to have your rushes up and you can just take her out. As simple as that. Nice and easy. And first stage is pretty straightforward. If you've got strong characters, it's pretty straightforward. Auto finish this. Carl can be a bit dangerous though, to be honest, just because he can do quite a lot of damage with that rush, especially if you've got attacking leaders. So that's the first stage. Took like 6 turns. And once you take down Violet, it's just a matter of time. It's going to be the same on this second stage as well. Once you take down Lydia, it's just going to be a matter of time before you win. And the same sort of situation. You just want to stun this character, and then I just normally just build up my AP on that character. It doesn't matter too much, because you're going to rush first. You might want to stun Harper if you can, just because she's going to start going around stunning your characters like what's just happened to me. Get the buff up. And no rushes or anything. We're good. Okay, so now we double rush Lydia to take her out. So no revive issues. I didn't need to rush, but whatever. And then we'll just focus at Harper at this stage. Now the last stage is the hardest one, just mainly because they have all got attached weapons. It's just frustrating, and that's why I saved Alice for that stage, just because Alice is just so powerful. She bypasses shields. I love that character. She's amazing. Now because I'm taking Alice, I don't need to take Zeke in for the attack boost, and I'm going to get the defense boost from Dante here, so it's not too much of a problem. I don't think they're going to be too much of a problem in terms of the amount of damage. It's just Harper's rush, basically. The debuff on that is pretty horrible. And again, I would just focus one of the shields. Doesn't matter too much which one. I'd say William's the easiest one to focus, just because he just heals himself rather than doing AP down, which is just, yeah, just annoying. And then at this point, we should be able to take out this guy. And we'll start working the back line a little bit. And then it's just a matter of time from now. So it's all about the characters you take in, controlling heavy damage characters. I say if you take 2 heavy damage characters in, like I did Abraham and Anna, you're going to be able to take out the revives pretty quickly. So that's a walkthrough for Act 2. I didn't rely too much on the stuns on that particular one, but it is very useful to have stuns, just to have a little bit of control, especially when you're coming up against the shield stages before. If you've got someone who has focus, that's great. You're going to be able to get your hands on a gold mod every day. But just ask your faction mates to put up a good leader, basically. Alice is good. Mirabelle's good. I did use Rick there, mainly just because it didn't really matter too much on that first stage. It was fairly straightforward, but the second stage is a little bit more difficult, and the last stage is obviously the hardest. But that's the end of my video, guys. Hopefully this has helped you a little bit if you're struggling and you're thinking you're not going to be able to get these characters. Don't worry too much about doing horsepower. It's absolutely fine. You're going to be able to get those tires. It's going to be absolutely fine to get those tires. If you're struggling on the second part of Road Rage, just try and take those strong characters in. If you've got stun on attack, try and take those in as well. And if you've got anyone who's controlling, I took Cal in there because he's got taunt, but I didn't need to use it. It was just more of a bonus at that point. But like I said, that's the end of my video. Thank you very much for tuning in. And as always, guys, keep on surviving, guys. Keep on surviving.